Oh, there we go. Starts automatically now. Hi everybody, and welcome to a live stream with me, Jack Jinseki. Hey, and we have Reiko in chat. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. We're gonna be just playing some Bloons over here. Hold on, let me edit this. Bloons TD6. There we go. I'm doing okay. And there was an update to this game just the other day. New track came out. I gave it a try, but we're going to be playing that today. Can you give my model head pats? I don't know if there's like there's no functionality to do that as of yet, but I appreciate the sentiment. If you could, I would certainly say go for it. Or do you mean like an emote? Oh my god. Why do I sound like such an old fogey over here? I gotta start getting hip with the kids. What do kids do these days? What do the young people do? I shouldn't be this old a person. I'm only 31. Oh boy. I don't know if you've ever played this game before, but it's one of my all-time favorites. It's such a simple game, and it's so it can get very difficult though. Cuz a lot of it is to do with timing. Okay, so if you're not familiar with this genre, it's tower defense. So you place down monkeys, and the monkeys shoot at interesting thing about this game, just try explaining it to a friend of yours sometime. It makes people crack up. Well, you play as monkeys, and the monkeys shoot balloons, and you want to get all of the balloons, so you have to turn the monkeys into better monkeys. It makes you sound insane. Oh, God. So right now, we're doing a special kind of track, which is you only have to play 40 rounds, which is the easiest you can get, more or less. But you only have access to 6 of the towers, and there are a lot more than 6. There's like 20-something, I don't know. There's a bunch of them. The good news is that this is, from what I can tell, a very easy track. Because there are tracks where the balloons go down multiple separate pathways, so you have to position the monkeys near more strategically. And in this one, it goes around in a loop. And that makes it much easier if they go around in a loop, because it means that the same monkey can theoretically hit the same balloon as it passes through twice. Roblox game. I've never played Roblox, but the thing is that that's been around for more or less as long as I've been playing video games. It's weird that games like Roblox and Minecraft stuck around as long as they did. It's kind of like Pokemon in that regard. I say Pokemon. I know it's Pokemon, but I like to say Pokemon because it's more fun. I should play Roblox. I don't know, isn't it one of those like pay to win type of games or whatever? I'm gonna go play the Pokemon. Oh boy. No, it's not pay to win. I'll take a look at it sometime. Right now, this is sort of like the reason I'm doing this stream right now is because I'm looking to sort of establish what sort of stream presence I have in a way that shows that I'm easygoing. Because I'm asking people to do interviews with me, and the thing is that I'm also an unknown entity at this point. I'm a total unknown, so I want them to be able to come in and say, "Hey, this guy's okay." Oh shoot. Where do I put it? Where do I put it? I don't have anywhere to put him. I don't have anywhere to put him. Oh no! No! Okay, here we're gonna put him here, and then we're gonna do extra range and faster reload. And then we're gonna do a bit of this. Because what happens right now is we need to be able to hit leads. And leads are tricky. They're a tricky bunch. Yeah. Oh, well, thank you for coming on. I didn't expect anyone to show up. I kind of expected this to just be just me chatting to the ether. It's much easier when there's someone here to talk to. So thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. I hope this saves the chat. Hold on. Does this save the chat? Customization? Because I don't know if it does that automatically. Tags, recording date, license, comment, moderation, customization. Live chat replay. Okay, live chat replay is on, so that should be okay. Oh, you woke up less than an hour ago? Oof. Yeah, you're on the trouble sleep schedule, aren't you? I know what that's like. Used to be that back when I was in grad school, I was just awake at 3 a.m. and then I'd wake up at like 1 p.m. Oh, yep, there it is. Wake up at 1 p.m. Oh. It's not easy. It's fun. It's fun being up at 3 a.m. because, well, actually it's kind of a trade-off. There is a point where it's fun and then it transitions into being really, really lonely. And you want to go to sleep before things get really, really lonely. Because then you go in Twitter and nobody is talking because everyone in your time zone is already asleep. So if you can get to bed before that time, you save yourself a lot of grief. That's just me, though. Okay. Now I need to get something, because there's going to be a big blue balloon that pops through. And I need something that will kill that instantly. So I'm just going to do this, what's called a Moab Assassin, and there's a little button, you click on it, and it just kills the big blue balloon right out the gate. And it's a very good early game investment. Because there are a few points in this game where if you can just if you can just deal with those points in the game, the rest of the game is trivially easy. But those few points are very difficult. And you said, I have friends an hour ahead of me that are on like 4 a.m. my time. Oh, while I'm here, let me take off live reactions because I personally am not a fan of live reactions. This is a very funny game. Not funny game. A fun game. I highly recommend it, especially if it's on sale. I have seen it go on sale for as little as $1. So if you see it on sale for $1, it's totally worth it. I think at regular price, it's like, what do you call it? It's like $10. I haven't seen it go on sale that deep a discount for a while though, so who knows. But it's a great game. It's been around for years, and they still update it. Like I said, this update was like yesterday or the day before or some. It was recent. So I like this game. I think that if I do game streams in the future, I might start with this one. I might also. I was thinking about doing Roller Coaster Tycoon. Do you at least play Minecraft? I played Minecraft back when it was in beta, and back then, Minecraft is procedurally generated, so it's infinite. But back then, it was the sandbox had extents to it, and they were very severe. And that was the free to play version of Minecraft, and you had to buy the whole thing. Yeah. And then I played that up until I think it was my sophomore year of college. And I just noticed that all I was doing was just running around and doing nothing because I was bored. And so what I tell people is that I won Minecraft in that I defeated creativity. So that would have been 2013. So I played Minecraft for a long time, but I had to stop because I wasn't feeling the rush anymore. But I did some wild stuff with Minecraft. I did great stuff. I was very happy with it. It's added so many new items. I mean, yes, but fundamentally, the thing about. Let's go back to this before I keep going. Okay. So, quick thing. You can pretty much beat deflation mode very easily unless they nerfed it. Let's see. Can you still do it? Yes! You can get this tower on its maximum right out the gate and pretty much clean this area up. The thing is that sandbox games are a bit of a tricky sell for me these days. Because with Minecraft, it was a bit of a different story. You could build whatever you want, and so effectively, the game was playing with blocks. But sandbox games in general, it tends to be you push a button and a thing happens. Once you have pushed all of the buttons, to me it kind of loses its value. Oh, you gotta do something. Okay, I'll just be here. Real life is always most important. So this bit we can just let this run, because it's probably gonna just win by default. Oh. But like I was saying, sandbox games, once you've pushed all the buttons, it kind of loses the novelty value. And so I don't know how much replayability I can get out of Minecraft at this point. Because even though it's a whole bunch of mobs, the mobs do mob things. And I already have played with the mob features to the extent that I found it fun. I mean, I may give it a try again just to see if there's something I could do with it. But like, for example, I invented a type of puzzle in Minecraft. It had no walls. It was a maze with no walls. And the way that you do that is you have a top of the maze and a bottom of the maze. And the top of the maze has pathways that are partially open. And the bottom of the maze is done with fences. And so the fences elevate you half a block upwards. And so it can lock you in through the top of the maze. It was a very interesting thing to see because somebody would be trapped in the maze, but you could just get a clear shot of what they were doing at any one time by just watching through the side. It's probably my personal, I would call that my masterpiece in Minecraft because that was just so cool. Mazes were kind of my thing. On my original channel, I actually did a few Minecraft videos back in the day. They were the first videos I made. Minecraft videos. That's right, you heard it here first, people. Jack Ginsecki did Minecraft videos. Original channel, yeah, I won't be advertising that on this channel though. No, I won't be advertising that here. You can probably find it on your own, but it's going to be a very tonally different from this. I would really rather not, if that's okay. Well, just fair warning, it is, there is a lot of crassness to it. It's not the sort of thing that I think that really plays well. This is the Say So stream. And my original channel was not Say So. Oh dear. I may have caused a problem. Everyone, we're gonna have a problem here. So, as you can tell, this has just been running. The way that this particular round is set up, this monkey, you can get it right out the gate, and it pretty much takes all of the guesswork out of everything. There's a reason that this round is easy, and that's because if you know what to do, you can pretty much use the same strategy for every single game. Gonna chill till the stream ends? Okay. I do like the music in this round. The music in the main game is kind of annoying. One of the things that I want to do for my interviews is I recorded some nature audio. And so The video you see right now is actually homegrown. I actually shot this in on a trail in southern New Hampshire, and so I'm going to pair that with audio that was basically recorded in my backyard, and that's going to be the accompanying media. Yeah, so I got a whole setup and everything. I would have included the audio with the background that you see, but it would just be me huffing and puffing as I walk a trail, and that's not good. That's not good. So let's get back to this. Where were we? Oh, this is an intermediate track. Yeah, I prefer you talking. Yeah, I listened to that audio and it's not good. It's no. I don't care how athletic you are. You cannot walk a trail without sounding bad. I like being able to chat with people. I like being able to chat too. I'm not much of a let's player. I don't even play many video games these days. This is probably the game that I play the most. I really want to talk. I want to get good at talking to like in a one-on-one situation casually, because I'm single and I got to get my game together. I'm introverted when it comes to in real life, but behind a screen I'm the most extroverted person. Yeah. I'm much better if I don't have to do face to face, but that's something that I am very, very eager to correct, because I need to get my game together. I gotta get me a woman. That's really one of the reasons that I started this channel, is that I'm hoping that it allows me to develop socially. I mean, I may be young, but you're my friend. Oh. Well, yeah, you're a bit young for me. But I appreciate the implication, I think. I don't know. As far as I've seen, you're very social. You've only seen me be very social online. I am not very social in real life. I'm very non-social in real life. I just kind of crawl into a box and die. Get a girlfriend one day. I pray that you're right. Because I gotta tell you, being alone is the worst thing. Being alone is terrible. The only thing that compares to being alone is being with someone who is not right for you at all. Between those two things, it's a nightmare. But if you can find someone that you can tolerate being around, and ideally like them, but even just tolerating is better than nothing, honestly. But that being said, set your expectations higher than that. Don't just be with someone because you can merely tolerate their presence, because that's not good. It's much better to be... It's like head and shoulders better to be with someone that you like. There was someone that I had once that I think I thought was the best person I knew. And unfortunately, she had to go away for unfortunate reasons that I'm not going to get into on this channel. But needless to say, it was very, very distressing for me personally. I still wish that I could have ended up with her to this day. She was wonderful. I still wonder what happened to her. But you know. Oh, I'm not sad. It's been years. I am A-okay. Don't you worry about me. We got enough money now. We have the killer boat. The little metal boat. The boat from Jaws. Well, no, the boat from Jaws gets destroyed. That doesn't stop you worrying. Everyone's worried about everyone. There's gotta be a way that we can like communicate. Because the thing about people is that they worry about everyone, but they don't want anyone worrying about them. Or the thing about good people in general is they worry about everyone, they don't want everyone worrying about them. And so there has to be a way to basically communicate, I appreciate that you're worried about me, but I'm fine, and I don't want you to worry about me because that's harming you more than it should. You feel called out. No, that's everyone. That's good people in general. Bad people don't give a shit. Bad people don't care. Narcissistic people. A lot of narcissistic people out there. A lot. I think that the best way to be a good person, I find, is to just care. Is to care enough about other people that you would be willing to sacrifice your own personal self-image for the welfare of others. If you are willing to look bad to keep people who are important to you happy, then you're probably a good person. Not saying that you should every other day, not saying that you should demoralize yourself, but rather that there are a lot of people who think that they do good things, and what they're really thinking is, I look good doing this thing. And that's not the same thing. It's not the same to look good doing something than it is to actually do something good. Can you not call me? Sorry. No problem. Okay, so we've got... The great thing about the ship monkey is that once you get to this, the fourth tier of upgrades, is that this particular, upgrade path creates these little biplanes, and they fly around, and they can cover the entire screen, regardless of this monkey's range, and that is a huge boost. If you ever need someone to talk to, I'm here because I'm a good listener. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And likewise, if you need someone to talk to, just shoot me a message. And if I'm awake, because I hate to break this to you, but I'm probably not awake at 3 a.m. Ah. Okay. It's 12 p.m. for you. Okay. So it's 2 p.m. for me. So you must be Mountain Time. One of the things that I always thought was wild was that East Coast time is the same time zone as Chile, which means that the furthest east you get in the U.S. In North America is the same time zone as the furthest west you get in South America. And looking at a map, you wouldn't think that, but it's true. That is the darndest thing. Oh, time zones are very interesting. I've I've had to work with people in many different time zones, so I have a a reasonable level of familiarity with it. Now we're going to run the reverse track, which is not exactly that tricky. I can't think of any tracks that I felt were really much harder in reverse than going forward. Because I'm basically going to do the exact same thing. Me trying to remember if you've ever been in a voice chat while I was chatting with people, because I have the memory of a fish. Uh, so do I. I mean, it depends. I have a good memory for certain things, and a terrible memory for everything else. Like names. I have a great deal of difficulty remembering names, and people take that very seriously. I wish I was good at remembering names. So before the stream, I sent out I just sent out a few messages, unsolicited messages, to a few VTubers. I went on to Twitter or X or whatever the heck, and I just looked up VTubers and I just said, okay, let's look for some. Let's just look for a few random VTubers, and I sent a message out saying, hey, do you want to do an interview with me? And then I realized I don't actually have any live content. Uh, oh, you've planned out what you're going to major for college. What are you going to do? Because that is so very important. I always tell people you have to know. Nursing. Oh, I wish you the best of luck. That is at the university I went to, nursing was known as the hardest major you could take. I took the second hardest, which was civil engineering. So I totally get it, but it's a great profession, and I hope that you do well at it. But I think that you will, because you're a smarty. You're a smarty pants. So are you. Don't sell yourself short. How do you know that I'm smart? Uh, Here's the big secret. A lot of people don't catch on to this until later on. But when you get to a certain point, if you are smart, you're going to be able to tell who is smart just by talking to them. You just pick up on all the cues. They don't need to say anything particularly brilliant. Just that the way they talk, the way they present themselves, you can just know they're smart. It's it's the same across the board. All smart people, I believe, are like that. They can just tell. And I am smart. I know that I'm smart. How does that apply to me? I'm very chaotic. Well, you can be chaotic and smart. The two are not mutually exclusive. Okay, how are we doing with this guy? My mom sounds smarter than the average human my age. I don't doubt it for a second. Game recognize game. Wonder if anyone responded to me. I'm just curious. Well, I think a bot probably followed me. No, a bot didn't follow me, but a bot reshared my stream. Elodie Graphics. I've never heard of her. Your mom was a teacher? What did your mom teach? I know a lot of teachers. I have a family that has a lot of either teachers or teacher adjacent persons. She taught social studies? Ah, that's pretty nifty. I still don't know why they changed it from calling it history to social studies. History seems kind of more like straightforward. You don't know. Yeah, back in the day when I was in high school, I did the hardest class I took in high school was AP US History. I don't know if you have to deal with AP classes where you are, but that was the hardest class at the school, and it did things to certain people. It, but the thing is that if you were able to do that class, it is the best college prep you could possibly take. How did we go from talking about social life and talking about school and studies? Uh, these things, they happen. Oh, you know what it was? Is you said you figured out what you were going to do for college. And I think that's fantastic. Because, and here's the great big truth, is that regardless of intelligence, not everyone should go to college. There are people out there who are very intelligent, and I would argue should not go to college because it would be a waste of money for them. They're better suited to things that do not require college. Like, for example, if you're very industrious, I would argue it would be a better decision for you to go to a trade school. But there are certainly professions where college is necessary, and nursing is most certainly one of them. So you picked a good one. Nursing is important. You need to go to college for that. You need to go to college for engineering. Although honestly, this day and age, I wouldn't recommend going into engineering as strongly as I used to, because the truth is that there is a very high probability that it might get phased out in the near future. It might get replaced more or less by AI. I personally think that engineering is susceptible to AI, because you can just plug in a few different things and it can generate a layout for you automatically. It can generate a layout, it can generate grading, it can just take a whole bunch of other projects and just mush them all together and give you a generally good layout design. And the amount of human intervention required would be very minimal. So, drafting is going to be the first thing that goes. Drafting is what happens when you have it's CAD programs. So it's drawing. It's basically just drawing. It's drawing precise measured lines. I do a lot of drafting. I believe Sinclair actually does a lot of drafting too, although she's in a very different profession from me. Enough about work. Enough about work. I shouldn't be talking about work. I forgot all about the game. My mom says that nursing is perfect for me since normal, gross things that would make someone puke, doesn't affect me. Like, say, cleaning up dog puke or helping with really gross jobs. As far as gross things go, I can do them. I don't enjoy them, but I can do them. One of the things I like to talk to people about is work in the service industry. And if you ever, I don't know if you've ever done a job in the service industry, but that's like, I consider that to be like serving food, serving customers with, I worked in a movie theater. That was a service industry job. Wait staffing, working in like a department store or working in a grocery store. I will always ask people if they cleaned up what I call the mess. And if you've ever cleaned up the mess, you know what the mess is. You don't have to say. You ask someone, like, have you cleaned up the mess? And they'll be like, what's the mess? And then you ask someone who's worked in the service industry, have you cleaned up the mess? And they say, yes. But it sounds to me as though you've possibly cleaned up the mess. And honestly, I think that's an excellent thing. I think that I honestly think it should be required that people work in a service industry job at some point in their lives. I think they should treat it like what's that called? It should be like mandatory community service of a sort. You're just naturally unfazed by gross jobs. Yeah, like I said, I'm phased, but I can do them. See, this is one of the problems with Bloons TD6 is that you can apply a very similar strategy more or less across the board. Like, this game is not going to noticeably suffer from a difference in strategy from the games I've played so far. You just have to plop down a ship in the middle of this screen, and it's all good. It's when you start getting into the hardest games that really actually becomes a problem. Okay. And we're actually, after this game, we're coming up on one of the harder things to do. It's called Apocalypse Mode. And that is these waves of balloons. They come in one at a time right now, but they're going to be coming in almost simultaneously in the next round. And that I find a bit more difficult to deal with. Just watching me play and chatting. This is a very casual game. I like casual games. You'd fail? Nah. I think that all games it's easy to get phased out by it at first as soon, but then you kind of learn the basic mechanics and you develop strategies. Why am I saying that? That's such an obvious thing to say. Come on, Jack. That's a very obvious thing to say. You're a fast learner. So am I. I was able to just when I was doing service industry jobs, I was able to pick up things like that. I was that was that was probably the thing I was best at. I might not be the best worker, but in terms of being able to shift gears and go into something else and learn to do something else for the first time, I was pretty good at that. I didn't need a lot of explanation. I didn't need a lot of hand holding. When it comes to school, I have to use books and writing because of my memory. I don't envy you on that point. That is one of the things. I'm usually better at memory related tasks when it comes to education because I sort of just, what I do is I listen and I sort of organize everything in my head into a format where it kind of flows naturally. It's why mathematics was such an easy branch for me to learn, is because mathematics branches off of itself continuously forever. So you would start with core concepts, and then if you think of it like a tree, the core concepts would break off into more and more obscure topics. And so if you have an understanding of the core concepts and you just learn how things flow outward from there, it is remarkably easy. But you have to have that fundamental understanding first, because if you don't have the fundamental understanding of how an important topic works, that's fruit of the poison tree. It's going to affect how you understand everything else. There's some great videos online that are able to more or less explain advanced mathematical concepts in such a way. Haven't been paying attention. they're able to explore advanced mathematics concepts in such a way that teachers would not be able to explain on their own. They are refined, they have clean, crisp visuals that anyone can understand, and they're able to explain things that are absolutely nuts. My favorite example, there's a math channel. It's called, I think it's 3 blue 1 or 3 red 1 blue or something like that. And they explained the relationship of Euler's formula. And Euler's formula is freaking wild because it associates trigonometry, unreal numbers or imaginary numbers, e, and pi. It puts all of them together into one formula, and it works, and it's wild. But if you're just looking at the equation without an explanation to go along with it, it makes no sense at all. Math is great because every once in a while you'll learn something that is just so out of left field it contradicts everything until you hear an explanation. And even then, it may not make intuitive sense. But if the explanation works, it's difficult to argue with it. You love learning science? So do you like anatomical science, that sort of thing? Is anatomy the thing that comes naturally to you? Science in general. Yeah. I do have an appreciation for medical science. I like to watch videos. They're not... I'm not what you'd call a research paper guy. I don't have much capacity for reading a research paper. But if someone comes along with explanations of how certain things work, I can watch that and appreciate it. But really, that I wouldn't call that a scientific mind. To me, a scientific mind, you have to be able to read the papers. Chemistry, anatomy, periodic table. Those classes were a lot of fun. Reading is your strong suit. It will serve you very, very well in college. The only trouble you might have is when it comes to test taking, because they're going to have a lot of closed book stuff. There's going to be some open book stuff, especially in the discipline you're talking about, because you're going to need reference materials. But math is your weakest right now. Well, if you ever need help with math, I'm your guy. I used to tutor in it. But yeah, your ability to read will serve you very well in college. Now we're going on to the next one. The next one. Hold on, ASMR. The next one. This one's not unlocked. Not the SMR. Sorry. Okay. So for this, what we're going to do is we're going to take this little guy right here. This monkey is called the Druid. And the Druid has a sort of chain ability. So if I look him up here, this right here shoots a bolt of lightning, and the lightning arcs across the entire line of balloons. So if the balloons are connected to each other, or are close to each other, I should say, the lightning will hit all of them at once. And that is phenomenally useful if you have all of the balloons coming at you at once. Because one attack goes a long way. And what's more, it also has another little useful ability. If you go down, because you get one main path and one secondary path, and the secondary path only goes up to 2. And the secondary path for this gets rid of what's called the regrow balloons. And the regrow balloons, well, as the name implies, they go up in scale as time progresses, and if you don't pop them right away. Not the ASMR. If I wanted to do ASMR, you know, I probably could. But I don't want to do ASMR. In retrospect, I should have put this monkey over here. If I have to redo this round, and it's very possible that I'll have to redo this round, but if I have to redo this round, I'll put him here next time. Because this right here is the only ground that's open next to the track on this side. So what we'll do... We're gonna do this. We're not gonna bother with the second one yet. Actually, maybe we will. Because what happens is when this gets up to the top level, it creates a platform that you can put another monkey on. And the other monkey in this case would be a little boomerang monkey. And the boomerang monkey is great because it also has a chain ability like the druid monkey does. Because it'll throw the... Well, it's not a boomerang in the particular... It has a boomerang and it throws it around and it hits adjacent balloons like this monkey's lightning hits adjacent balloons. So we want to get this puppy upgraded as quickly as possible. Now, if I wanted to expedite the process at all, I could always make banana farms. But the thing about banana farms is what they do is they generate monkey cash over time. And I find that adds an element to the game, but I find that the element kind of subtracts more than it adds. Okay. How long have we been going for? We've been going for over an hour. So I think what I'll do is after this game, I'll call it an evening. I'm not what you'd call a marathon streamer. There we are. Hey, we got 3 views. I have no idea how YouTube counts their views. An hour? Yes, an hour. And I think that Jono is probably going to be starting his stream soon. So... Oh, if I wait till Jono starts his stream, I can... Can I raid? Can I raid with a new channel? I don't know if I can raid. Hey, you did what you said? I appreciate that a great deal. Stream health, so on and so forth. Webcam, no. Cancel, manage. I have no idea how to... have no idea how to raid. I don't even know if you can at this point. Thank you very much for helping. It's really, I'm very grateful. That you being here made this stream so much easier. I would have just been talking to literally no one the whole time. Oh boy. YouTube raid. YouTube raid Shadow Legends. Jeez. What is raid for? No, I don't want redundant array of independent discs. I want to know how to raid someone else's stream from YouTube. You know what? I'll figure it out later. I'll figure it out some other time. I'll try and make your streams, but no promises. It is not an expectation that you show up at all. Because the thing is that people are very... It's like people don't want to upset me by not showing up to a stream. To which all I could say is, you're not obligated. It's not your job to show up to my stream. But I appreciate the thought. If it's an obligation, then you're not having fun. And that's really what's most important about these streams, is that you have fun. I'd still try and make it. I appreciate that. Okay. Let's see. Is Jono streaming now? Just out of curiosity. No, it looks like he's not streaming yet. That's okay. Well, anyway, it's been a little over an hour. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm gonna sign out now. You have a good evening. Bye-bye.